What's up, boys? I just think that, listen, I'm not an anxious person, okay? Life comes at you, and for me anyway, life comes at me, and I just kind of go day by day, live day by day my life, and try not to let things worry me, because being anxious about things, especially things you cannot control, is a waste of time. That being said, I really do think people should start building fallout shelters. Even if a nuclear war is unlikely to occur, it doesn't help. It's like insurance. Nuclear war is the worst case scenario for humanity. But other shit can happen where a fallout shelter could be useful. A lot of talk about climate change and these things. Having some kind of structure underground with some food and water. Why the fuck not? Somewhere to protect your family. Now, I know this video is going to come off as schizo ramblings, okay? And it is, just to be clear. This is a schizo post, okay? But like I said, I'm not an anxious person, and lately I've really just been like doom scrolling too much and making myself anxious, which, fine, that's my fault. No one told me to be anxious about things I can't control, and for the most part I'm not, but every time I get anxious about something, or I feel like something's out of my control and that things around me are falling to shit, I always think that building a fallout shelter is the answer. Self-preservation is something that is not to be taken for granted. How many societies and civilizations and different people have, been eradicated by famines or disease or war or genocide or, insert tragedy here, right? Like thousands, millions, not just individuals, but entire civilizations, these civilizations haven't completely disappeared, mind you. Like, for example, the ancient Romans or the ancient Greeks, like Rome, well, I guess Italy nowadays you would call it, but Rome and Greece, they still exist. But the institutions that made those societies great do not exist anymore. They all fell due to whatever political or uncontrollable events that you can imagine, like I mentioned earlier, famines or droughts or whatever kind of natural disasters. I don't think a lot of these civilizations had self-preservation in mind, and if they did, they didn't do a good job of it, because, spoiler alert, those societies collapsed. What would a societal collapse look like in 2025? I don't know. The fuck? I don't think anyone has the answer to that question, but I do think that keeping this in mind is something that I've been doing lately more, which is scary. I've been thinking about, what if the fucking grid collapses? What if the internet a shark eats the fucking wires under the ocean or whatever? That's a stupid example, but, what the fuck would we do? What if there's a power outage and it's over? We don't have any infrastructure, like, ready to go as a backup, or maybe some places do, but for the most part, it's basically over. And I just think that it's easy to take things for granted, but you shouldn't, because things can happen real quick. You know what I mean? You can see the signs, you can start seeing the writing on the wall, but the actual moment when the point of no return occurs is unpredictable and unstoppable, really. So I don't know. I just think if you care about preservation, if you care about preserving your own life, that of your family, the people around you, the people you love, build a fallout shelter. Build a fallout shelter.